Welcome back to 1960s Italy, because for 40 points in spring of Series 29 you can go ahead and grab yourself this, the Fiat Dino, not to be confused with the Dinosaur. That's next week. So this thing is powered by a Ferrari engine, believe it or not, and pushes out 180 brake horsepower, 159 foot-pounds of torque, and weighs just over 3,000 pounds, which is quite hefty to be honest. Although man, does it look good. I mean, to be fair, the front of it does look really nice. It looks like an old Jensen, I'd say. And definitely, it kind of does on the side as well. I do like the rims as well. Going to the back is, well, it's a bit bland, but it is nice. Going to the inside, we've got a wonderful little wooden interior with a fair few gauges in front of us. And now let's go ahead and take a listen to this thing. So here we are now in the upgrade shop. We're going to jump straight to conversion and over to engine swaps, and we've got, that's a lot. Okay, here we go. We've got the 3.2 litre inline 6, we've got the 1.6 litre inline 4 turbo rally, the 3.5 litre V8, the 5.2 litre V12, very nice, the 7 litre V8, and we've also got the racing 3 litre inline 6 turbo, the 2JZ engine, the racing 7.2 litre V8, and a 3 litre V12? Well, I guess that's an interesting engine to have. In the meantime, we can go ahead and also turbo this thing or supercharge it if we so wish, and there is also an option to go ahead and drivetrain swap it to all-wheel drive, which we will be doing just a little bit later in this video, so stick around. Please, I need the watch time. As for aero, what have we got? We've got the option for Forza aero or to remove the bumper entirely, and to the wing we've got a tiny little bit of plastic, and to the back we've got the option once again to remove the entire rear bumper. However, today's tune has been made for us once again by Big Macintosh 762. Here is the share code for it. Go ahead and feel free to download that tune, as I'm going to be doing that right now. Also, the fact it says hold on has me very concerned. So with that tune, this thing now weighs just a shade under 2,640 pounds with 458 brake horsepower. So let's go ahead and install. Well, here we are now over at the paint shop. We've got nothing in advance like usual, and oh my, that's a lot. Okay, we've got ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different colours for this thing. That is honestly quite a lot. I've not seen this many colours on a car since the 12C. And you know, of course, we have our favourites, ketchup red and slightly darker ketchup red. At that point, I think the ketchup must have gone off. Okay, so while we're loading in, a little fun fact about this was also featured in the Forza Horizon 4, where I also believe it was a seasonal exclusive there as well. But out of the real world, there are only 7,803 of these ever produced. 74 of those were the coupes, so this one right here, this is one of the 74, and apparently 26% were also Fiat Dino Spiders, so you never know, we might have that in the game in future. And away we go. Now I've been warned that this thing is very, very sketchy to drive indeed, so oh dear me, I'm honestly kind of a little bit terrified, but you never know, hopefully it might be good enough to put us out on top. I'm really hoping so. So let's judge it by the first turn, I think, because that's the only logical way to do this. We're on the ground a bit, but we have overtaken a couple of people, and hey, there's a couple of Capris up front as well. Or at least they were up front, and now they're behind us. Come on, we can get first for this turn. Excuse me! Wow, 25% progress, and we've gone from 8th to 1st. I didn't expect it to be that quick, I'm not going to lie. Now, if you have any fun facts about this car that you know, feel free to go ahead and put them in the comments and share it with all the other Dino enthusiasts, and also me, because I don't know too much about this thing, other than, well, everything I've just said so far in this video. So, yeah, I'm always happy to learn more about this, and controller, that is the worst time to tell me that you've got a low battery. As for this tune, while it isn't the speediest, it does certainly handle very, very well, so it's definitely worth a download if you want to get into competitive racing, and who knows, you could start a racing league with all of these. Actually, now that I say that, that does sound like fun. Maybe I might do that. And 95%, one more turn to go, and we've just actually made that with a lot of ease, and across the line we go with a very, very, very comfortable first place. Everybody else is miles behind, and a time of 2 minutes 9. Not bad. Well, that was quite a race indeed. Now we're going to jump straight to conversion, and the first thing we're doing is all-wheel drive swapping this thing, and now let's see what would be a good engine for what we want to do. We've got the racing 7.2 litre V8 versus a racing 3 litre. I'm going to take the V8. I can already hear the Italian screaming at me. And while we're at it, a cool thing is you can go ahead and put this thing on some vintage white walls, which does look pretty cool, but we're now putting it on some drag slicks, and we're going to go ahead and also make those a lot wider as well, because, well, we're definitely going to need them where we're going. As you can see by our stats at the side, we're making 1,356 brake horsepower with over 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. This is going to get interesting. And now I just have to sit here and tune the whole thing. Oh, this could take a while. Alright, here we are now over at the back of the festival, so let's go ahead and see, do we get a wheelie check? We actually nearly do. Anyway, over to the drag strip we go. Pro can do this, I hope so. Let's go ahead and get onto launch control, and away we go. Let's go ahead and see what we can get out of the Fiat Dino. Obviously we are V8 powered now, which probably has upset quite a lot of people. Oops. But it could be worse, it could have been 2J powered. We're going through the camera, we've got 205.26, and off the end of the runway we got ourselves 228. Almost a bit like the car from last week. Although this thing is really lacking in the brakes department. In the meantime, let's go ahead and throw this thing back onto, I think we'll go with semi-slick tyres this time around. And now we'll go ahead and try and find where's my suspension? Apart from on my car. There we go, race springs and dampers. Much better. When I say much better, I mean probably more terrifying. You know, the one thing I really wish they'd speed up is how long it takes to save a paint. So this week on the Forza shop, we've got the Ferrari 512S, which is ideal as you'll need it for the most recent weekly challenge. There's also a weekly guide up on the channel if you wish to go check that out if you need a little bit of help. We've also got the navy plaid hoodie. We've got a duck quack car horn, which sounds a bit like this. Wonderful. Quackers, you could say. We've also got the Horizon Super Wheelspin, the Ultimate Evolution Coupe, and the regular Horizon Wheelspin. And now, to the motorway. Alrighty, here we are now over at the edge of the motorway. We've got the absolutely madhouse Dino. We'll get on launch control, and away we go. Let's go ahead and see what sort of speed we get out of a car from the 60s. With an engine that definitely isn't from the 60s. Anyway, let's get going. Now, fun fact, me and Mac, who made the tune for this car earlier this video, also had a little bit of a tuning competition for this thing back in Forza Horizon 4. And oh boy, was it something. Anyway, out of the speed zone at 254.59, and now we've got the downhill and speed camera to go. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get going. I would say let's stick our foot down and keep going, but we've already got the throttle pinned about as far as it'll go. And through the camera at 262.88, going downhill, 266, 267, 268. Out of this thing. Honestly, if it was an actual car, it probably would have shook itself to pieces. But virtually, this thing is absolutely fine and intact, so that is honestly quite incredible. And now, let's go ahead and see how quick it goes sideways. Well, preferably without taking out everything in sight. So here we are now, one Dino, wondrous zone, and let's go ahead and see what we do. We are going off to a very, very nice, slightly strong start. And what do we get going on the other side? 41,224. Alright. That's... what? Must admit, did not expect that. Well, let's go ahead and see if we can match that going back the other way. Hopefully we'll try and steer clear of the bridge. And actually we did. What? 41,000 again. 41,236 going the other way. You know, I think we might have found this car's true calling. And it looks like this person's found their car's true calling as well. They must be having quite a time. In the meantime, that is the Fiat Dino Coupe. I should probably just nickname this thing the Dinosaur at this rate. In fact, I probably might do that later. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. This car is definitely worth going ahead and picking up. It is 40 points, and you have until Thursday, February 1st to go ahead and grab one for yourself. So get one while stocks last. Well, I know that was cheesy, just roll with it. But thank you very much for watching. Feel free to go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe, all that cool stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Check out. See ya! And to space with the Dino!